started.
All
Yes,
right.
okay, we're live now. All right, awesome. So today we're gonna make some tassels, and I have an example somewhere here of what we're. Okay, yeah, we have an example. So this is Tassel Garland. Let's shake it out a little bit.
So pretty.
Yay! Okay, so I'll show you guys how to make this. Lauren's here with us. She's gonna show you guys too, and we're gonna have just some kind of conversation about girl power and building your community, or like your squad of girls. So first off, just get your paper together. You just want to pick one sheet for each color that you're going to be using. So go ahead and take some time to do that.
It's so cool that it's only one sheet of each color. How many colors do you need then? Like how many sheets total?
However many you want, actually. Okay. Like if you only want 2 colors, then that's fine. I mean, you would just need one sheet of each, and then if you wanted to make it a little bit more full, you could use more.
Okay.
So I like the seafoam color. Blue. Oh boy. And it doesn't matter if it's wrinkled like this. I think it makes it a little bit cooler. It makes it look like more full. So nothing to really worry about there. What color do you want to pick?
Pink.
Pink.
Every
you
day.
want like this dark pink?
Pink aficionado.
We have dark pink, light pink, and like a medium.
This pink
This
is
pink?
gorgeous.
Okay.
Yes.
And we just need one sheet. I think we have 2. There you go. Any other colors?
Maybe yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
Do I have yellow too?
Oh,
yay! I'm gonna do these 3. I'm gonna do pink and then like turquoise or teal blue and yellow.
I feel like we picked the same color scheme.
Almost. So
Yeah,
we have,
all the pretty colors.
match our shirts.
Of course.
We have kind of like a turquoise with some sparkles here.
Should we do the pink with sparkles, or do you want to do the turquoise?
Turquoise is fine.
Okay.
And then we have like a light green.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. And then a
our lovely
yellow.
yellow. Okay.
Our colors are very similar.
Yay. Okay, so you're going to take your paper and just fold it in half. So this is the whole sheet here. I'm going to fold it in half, hamburger style.
Yeah.
So,
Taking it back to elementary arts class.
Oh, yeah.
Hamburger.
all right. So once you get it folded, you just want to crease it really well. All right. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You see it's a little off here. We're just going to wing it.
Okay.
So then once you get it folded, you want to make sure that the opening is at the bottom. That's where the 2 sheets separate. And at the top, you just want to fold it again in half.
Okay.
Like this. Okay. Now, one more time, you just, again, want to make sure your opening is at the bottom. And we're just going to fold it in half one more time. You should have like a little kind of section here. Perfect.
Yay.
Okay. So you want to, again, always make sure that the bottom is where the edges of the paper are, and at the top you just have your folds. That comes into play once we start cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We only have one pair of scissors to share between the 2 of us. Okay,
You go
so
ahead.
we'll start. All right, so you just want to hold it at the top. If you want, you could use like paper clips or anything to just kind of clamp it, but you don't really need to. You're just going to start cutting, and you just want to go up this way, but you want to leave at least like 1 inch to 1.5 inches at the top that's not cut. So for example, I'll just start here. Let's see, let's get a good fold. Okay, I'm going to tilt the camera down a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. Is that? Okay, here we are. So you just would start cutting at the bottom and try to keep it straight, but it doesn't have to be super straight. You just cut up, but not all the way to the top. You'll cut about that high. So if you can see where my separation is there.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll just keep doing that. So you want to cut this entire sheet that way.
Does it matter how wide you're cutting?
Nope, it doesn't matter. That's just going to be the width of your tassels.
Okay.
All right. So this part is kind of annoying, but it's really fun. Just kind of relaxing.
It's nice and therapeutic.
Yeah, it is. You just do the same thing over and over again, basically. So you don't really have to think about it too much. Just start cutting. And if you might like cut a little piece off like this, that's totally okay. It doesn't really matter. You have plenty of tassels.
Do you know, I don't craft a lot, but doing this, I realize that I should because it's just so nice and therapeutic, and it's like good for your creativity.
Yeah, and honestly, like, it's a stress reliever for me, just doing crafts. Like, even if it's something where I have to, like, get a lot of supplies, which this one's super easy. You don't really have too much to worry about. It's just, like, really relaxing.
It is really relaxing. Put on a good movie or some music.
Exactly. So I guess, Lauren, people always ask me, like when I have It Girls, how we find them or how they find us or like what happens there. And I think it's so important to like make friends online because it's so like everyone's going through very similar things and you have no idea, you know, until you reach out and make friends with people. So how do you try and do that, like as an entrepreneur and using social media?
I remember when I started my first business, that was like the hardest thing for me because you feel so alone. And though everyone's doing something different, the struggles are all the same. But I had no idea. I saw all these other boss ladies who had other boss lady friends that they would connect with and they do fun collaborations with, and they like would look to for support, which made me feel even more lonely because I was like, how do I create my own community and tribe, you know? And so the way it really, for me, and for a lot of people that I've spoken with, happens really organically. It happens with you finding people on Instagram or Twitter that you really enjoy following along with and you like what they're sharing and their message and their personality, and you start commenting or liking, and one thing leads to another. And a lot of the girls that I are now like a part of my community or tribe, at some point we like one of us finally reached out and was like, hey, we should Skype. We should get to know each other more. Like, let's get on the phone and chat. I'd love to like learn more about you. And then the friendships have grown from there. But for me, I don't know about you, but for me, a lot of them, I mean, it's like a regular friendship. It requires work and you staying in touch and communicating and kind of just like being there for support and inspiration for them too.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's a two-way street, just like with any relationship, like in real life or just like through an online relationship. It's just really important to be there for one another.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're kind of at the next step. Are you all cut?
I am.
Oh, you did it so fast. Okay. She's a pro over there. So the next thing you're going to do is just start to unfold it. So now you have, I just unfolded it one time. Now we need to cut this middle part, and you can kind of see here that you have like this really wide strip that needs to be cut. So you just want to mostly cut that line there, and you want to cut all the way up to the top for just that one part. And the way I like to do it is by starting at the part that's folded or still together, because it makes it a little bit easier of like a process or like a line to cut.
So we cut all the way down so it'll end up being like two separate pieces?
Exactly. So here's the top where my fold is. I'm just going to start cutting right there, actually. So we'll have two pieces. Let's see if we can get the camera. There we go.
Perfect. How fun and easy this is. Like, well, I mean, I don't know how easy it is yet, but up until this point, to even make for like the holidays or a special party.
Yeah, you could definitely make them like you know, all the time. And the cool thing is you can change them out too. So I'll show you how to do that with the one that I've already made in a little bit, but it's super easy. So, looks like I missed a cut here. Okay.
Easy.
So it looks like now we have our 2 separate pieces. Let's see. Okay, yeah, our 2 pieces here. And then with this other piece, so this is the piece that was cut away from. There's still one more cut to make. So you can go ahead and make that cut now. And same way, you're just going to start at the fold and work your way all the way down.
I'm curious, how do you go about finding your it girls though and connecting with them?
Pretty much the same way that you and I ended up being friends. So usually what I do is I find accounts that I am personally really inspired by, or stories that I think, you know, are really interesting. And from there, I will try and just reach out. Usually I try and just like photos, comment, build the relationship kind of organically, because I am genuinely intrigued by whatever's going on. And so then after that, I'll reach out and see if I can get an email address for the person that I want to feature. And from there, we just kind of start the relationship. I usually will just say, hey, I don't know if you're interested in this. And then if they are, you just reach out and send the questions. And then from there, I feel like the it girls that we've featured in the past and the ones that I'm hoping to feature soon, it's just been a really organic process for both of us. Like we both get a lot out of it, and then we get to like hang out and talk and just support each other kind of moving forward.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay, so once you have all your sections cut, so now you should have 4 of these little guys. Mine are kind of all over the place.
Just hanging around.
So now you want to unfold the one section at a time. This is the part that gets a little bit more complicated, but still not hard. Okay, some of these cuts you can see are a little rough, and that doesn't even matter. Don't be discouraged. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down so you can see, and let's use this mat just so there's a better contrast. There we go. Okay, so you just wanna lay your section out like this. And then I like to fold it in thirds to get started. So you're just going to take the top part and fold it over. And then we'll do one more fold. And then once you've done that first set of thirds, now you're going to do another set of thirds. So just fold it again. You just want to get it as small as you possibly can. So just keep folding until it's pretty small. So I'm just going to keep on doing this. It's a little bit of a process. And you just want to make sure you're like folding it well, getting a nice crease each time. And then once you get to around this size, you kind of struggle to fold more. At least I do. So at this point, I start rolling it. So now
You see, that looks like pigtails.
So now you just want to take it and start like rolling it over so that you're like twisting it basically. So you want to twist one side at a time. I'm just holding on to the middle part and just twisting this one side. And you'll get almost what looks like a little rope. Sorry, my nails are disgusting, everyone. All right.
This morning I so badly wanted to paint mine pink or red for Galentine's Day, but I just didn't do it.
They still look beautiful. Okay, so I did that one side, and now I'm going to start on the other side. So you just switch with your fingers and just kind of hold it because you don't want it to unravel, and then you'll just twist, and you're going the opposite direction when you twist the other side. So it'll kind of just feel natural. You don't really have to worry about which way you're turning it or twisting it. It just kind of works that way.
So you went like halfway.
Yeah.
And then switch sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you can see we have our full kind of rope in the middle. You can continue to twist if you feel like it got a little loose. Okay. So this is the fun part. You want to keep a loop at the top. So just kind of cross it like that. And then hold that part there. And you're just going to twist it around. So it keeps that loop there at the top for you to put your string through. But this is going to secure it. Okay. And when you do this part, you want to kind of pinch your paper some so that it holds. Now this is the step where you might, if you have hot glue, where you can go ahead and just glue it here at the bottom, but you really don't need to. It's just kind of an added thing, so we're not going to worry about it. Just want to make sure we fold it nicely. Get it good and tight there, and now we have our tassel.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
And it was so easy.
Great.
Right? So here's the first tassel. So you want to do this for all of the ones that are that same color, and then you'll just move on to the next sheet. So let's continue folding and chatting, I guess, and then we'll put it all together.
Oh, I love it! Yay! Oh my gosh.
Okay. Do you want to fold?
Oh, I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah. I'll leave it to the expert.
No expert over here. No expert over here.
I honestly can't remember the last time I've done something like this.
Yeah, and I just love that it has like an actual, I mean, the use is for it to be pretty, you know, but like you can hang it up. It's like a really cute craft. I have one at my cubicle at work. And I will probably have a couple around my apartment. And as I was saying, you can swap out the colors, which is really cool too.
Yeah. I have been like hard eyes over one of these for so long because you see them everywhere on Instagram
and Pinterest too.
And yes, I'm like so excited to finally have one and hang it up.
And they're super expensive to buy sometimes. Like I think I've seen them for like $20+. And the fact that it's the same tissue paper, the same, you know, effort, I mean, it definitely takes time, but it's a relaxing craft and it's really fun.
It is.
You guys might hear my lovely dog. He's over here like yawning. Clearly very enthusiastic about this project that we're working on. He can't hold it.
Saturday nap time.
So again, this is the rope that we made. And I'm just going to cross it, keep the loop at the top. And that part you can open up like again when you need to, the loop anyway, if it's not big enough. You'll find that like depending on the string you're using, it can be a little difficult to get it in there. I try and burn the edge of the twine that I got, just to make it a little bit like cleaner and crisper, and also that'll keep it from fraying. So anyway, you just twist it until you feel like it's secure, give it a good pinch, and you're done.
Sweet. How long does the full tassel come out to be typically?
I don't really know. So this one is the one that I did as kind of like a practice round. And the thing is, I really feel like you can make it as long as you want. Like, let's shake it out a little bit. Okay. So that's this really is cute. Pretty long, this one. You can see I have a lot of string left on both sides. Mm-hmm. There we go. So basically, you can just slide it kind of however far apart you want them to be, and you can stretch it out even more.
So cool.
Yeah. And these were like our combined brand colors. Here we have lovely turquoise
yeah.
and then red for Galentine's Day.
Woohoo! I love it.
All right, let's get back to folding.
So Lauren, where are you planning on putting your garland up? Do you have a place in mind?
Oh yes, in my office. So we have a wall area with all of these prints or like quotes. There's like 3 or 4, and some of them are ones that people have actually made for me, but it's like my inspiration wall, if you will. So I plan on hanging it above the prints because they face that wall every day when I'm working, so it'll make me super happy.
Nice.
Very cool. Do you have a place too?
Yeah, I'll probably put it on the wall that you guys can kind of see. You can see my dog's toys also there, but on that wall there, that's kind of our inspiration wall. It's what I look at usually when I'm trying to grind the issues out, get them finished.
I love that wall.
Thank you.
It's so pretty.
You keep everything headquarters.
Yeah, right, that one little spot.
Just love it.
And
you know, the thing is, I feel like so many people have just like spaces in their homes wherever where they're working or chasing dreams. And sometimes it's discouraging because it may be in the corner of your living room or in your guest bedroom or wherever, right? But you can do
Oh, I think we got a little frozen
no.
now. Hang on. Lauren?
Yeah.
Okay, you froze a little bit. You were in the middle of like such a great point, and I was so ready to give you all of the like, yeah,
The praises.
all of it, and then it froze.
No, did you finish hearing what I was saying, or did I cut off?
You were saying that you know, it can be discouraging because you're basically borrowing space from the rest of your house to have
right, and I feel like online you see all of these super cute desk spaces, or you know, people have these awesome home offices, and it's like really discouraging that you're working beside your guest bed or your couch, right? Mm-hmm. But you can, like, with any space in your home, you can do fun things like this, or print out a quote, or write your own quote and make it your space and make it inspirational.
Exactly. I'm like destroying tassels here. We lost a little friend. Away. But it's totally fine. I mean, as you can see, it's pretty full still, and you have a lot of tassel left. And it's also like one of those things that it's kind of more fun when it's not perfect, because it gives you a little bit of variety. Okay, I'm on my last yellow.
Okay, good. We're staying.
Yay. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So again, forgot about you guys. Just gonna fold it in thirds. And then in thirds again. One more time.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you a little bit.
Okay, it broke up.
You're breaking up again.
Like right now.
Yeah, currently. It's all right. We see you working hard over there.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, just want to get this going here. Loop and twist. Sometimes you can, if you make your loop big enough too, you can just hold it at the top and then just twist the paper around it. And then you just want to make sure you pinch it really well to make it stay. You can see I'm being kind of rough with this. It's one of those things where you don't have to be super delicate, even though it's tissue paper. All right, that was one color. Now we're going to work on our pink.
Pink.
So same process, full sheet of paper. Oh, thank you. We got the full sheet of paper here. Fold it in half. And I'm going to lay it down just so I can make sure I'm getting close to half.
I don't want blush. Right.
All right.
I'm glad you're showing all these steps again because I already forgot.
No worries. No worries. So just folding it in half here, the paper. Okay, so the bottom is open, top is where it's folded. Okay, now you want to fold it in half again, but you want to keep the bottom open. And make sure you make that fold nice and creased. Okay, and then one more time in half. All right. Now, when I was doing my research, when I was doing my research for this, I thought that I was like smarter than the person I got this idea from. So I was like, you know what? I could probably cut it differently. It's really important that you keep it like this because otherwise,
fall apart.
yeah, it kind of falls apart. Or like if you, I tried to cut these sections first, like where the fold is, and that did not work well.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't work well for me.
I was wondering that earlier. I was like, oh, should we cut up that side?
Yeah. No, I couldn't get it to stay. I think having the folds makes it a little bit more manageable when you're cutting the tassels. But that doesn't mean you guys can't try it. I'm just giving you my experience.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to experiment,
by all means,
go for it.
Right.
But Denise tested a few things
I
out,
did.
so she knows what works.
I tested like last weekend and the weekend before.
We have it down to a science now, so.
I definitely think I'm going to do what you say works best because chances are I would mess mine up.
I mean, the lucky thing is you get so much tissue paper in a pack. You could do.
Yeah. I cannot believe that you can make this entire garland with only 3 pieces of tissue paper.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, each one makes 4 little tassel things.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool that you don't have to use a lot of paper just to make this huge thing.
Right. And remember, guys, you don't want to cut all the way through this time. You just want to cut your tassels and leave that space at the top there.
I want to make these for people now.
Right?
Like just for like gifts because I'm like, they're so fun.
I did a Galentine's Day mail swap, which I think, teaser alert, I think we're going to do one next year.
Oh.
And maybe something like over the summer. But I sent the girls some tassels that I made. And it was definitely a practice round. But they came out really nice. So
yeah, so
it's
fun.
definitely a perfect gift to send someone. It like makes any space a little bit brighter and happy.
Yes. What else did you put in your Galentine's Day box?
Oh, I put these lollipops in there. They're like these really cute spirally ones. I threw those in there. What else did I have? Oh, I did some hand lettering.
Fun. And have you gotten yours yet?
I did get mine. I got like a bookmark, some pencils, a card. I got a postcard from Salt Lake City, which is where my swap partner was located. So that was really cool.
Aww.
Did you do it?
I did not. I've only done one swap before, and it was like a foodie swap back when I owned the granola business.
Yeah.
That was fun, though. I had no idea what a mail swap was before then. But it was so fun because I think it was like a $15 limit, and you just got to put together all these really cool, food items and send them to someone else, and then you got a big box of food stuff in the mail. And I can't remember who my partner was, but she taped the box with duct tape that had pictures of food all over it. It was so fun.
Oh my gosh.
It was so fun.
Yeah, I loved doing the swap. So I think next year I would love to organize one for all of the followers and readers and stuff to be able to send love to each other.
So how did you get to that swap?
Basically, I just had to, I emailed the account that was organizing it, and I said that I was interested in doing it, and they just partner you with someone. So you email them your name and like your location, and then they partner you with someone who, yeah. All right, we're all cut here.
Cool.
Yay, you are going so fast. You're like
I'm doing mine like a lot thicker, I think. So I don't have as many cuts, that's why.
Maybe I'll do that because this is a little tedious. Okay, so we're going to open it up here. All right. And this is where you want to make that cut up this this part here where you have the fold. So I'm just going to turn it. I want to start cutting at the fold side because it's easier to manage. And now we cut.
Are you guys celebrating Galentine's Day at all this evening?
We are. We have some fun things planned for Raleigh. What about you?
No, I think we're just gonna take it easy tonight. But tomorrow we may just like make a fun dinner together or something with Josh, the fiance, for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
All right, here's the next side. I'm just gonna cut this same way right up the middle. And this can be a little bit of a struggle, but you just want to do your best. Doesn't really matter too much. I love those kinds of crafts where like you can totally mess it up and it still comes out looking nice. Like that is right up my alley.
Or where it's like if you mess it up, that's like makes it look even better.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And it's nice because when you make it yourself, it has so much more character and it's special, you know?
Exactly.
The inspiration what I was telling you about, every single thing up there, one of them, it's a printed print, but Josh, my fiance, made me that a few years ago. Another piece my best friend made me, it says "Live Your Life on Fire," and it's made with crayons. And then another, the other two pieces were made by friends too. And those are like the best gifts.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of our wall back there is stuff from It Girls, actually, that I've either purchased or they've sent. And then there's other prints that I have too. So, and of course my Beyonce calendar because I'm obsessive.
Okay, her halftime show at well, it wasn't her show, but it was her show.
It was her
show. Amazing! Oh my gosh, it was so good.
I just love her so much. All right, so again, you're just folding it in thirds, guys. Let's move this down. Okay, just folding in thirds. So I want to talk about your podcast a little bit, Lauren, because I'm just so excited. I listened to the episode with Heather.
Mm-hmm.
And the story of like how you guys met online. Was it Instagram?
It was on Instagram, yeah.
Like, it is so cool to me that you can make friends with these people all over the country. It doesn't even matter, or the world for that matter.
Wow.
Doesn't even matter. Looks like we need to get a charger. My laptop's about to die. But yeah, I thought that story was so cool.
Yeah. The cool thing too is it's like we met once when I happened to be in Michigan for tea one day, but we were laughing because it's like, oh my gosh, we've really only met once. And then another girlfriend that I met online, I talk to her quite frequently, and I'm like, how have I never met you in person? I was like, I know you. And even you, I'm like, wait, I guess I've not met any of these people in person, which is crazy. Yeah, because they're my friends now. And the online world and meeting people like that, like, it's so awesome that you can make those connections with people who you've never even been able to meet in person before.
Yeah, I'm like amazed by social media because you can just like connect with people from around the world and you never have to like physically meet, and like you were saying, but you still feel like you know that person so intimately.
Yes. That's the thing. Online, you find like both ends of the spectrum, right? You have those trolls who are, you know, people that are just hidden behind a screen, and so they feel comfortable, you know, digging at you and just saying mean, horrible, awful things because they're behind a screen, and it's so impersonal. But then you have these like awesome relationships that come out of online connections too. It's so awesome.
It is, and it's one of those things where like I would deal with a million trolls for like the friendships that you're able to form, you know?
Yes.
Like
It's all worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it in the end.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right. We are working and folding away.
I have a question for you guys while we're folding. What are your thoughts on like community and the importance of community, like in like being a dreamer or doing anything, you know, like especially online?
Juanita, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go?
You can go.
Okay. I think it's like the most important thing. everything that Speaking of Everything has done has never been like for a like or for, a comment. I mean, comments are a little bit different because they're closer to building a community than a like, but either way, it's always been in the hope that someone sees it and is inspired by it, or, it like addresses something for them in that moment. And so I've learned that thankfully has been the case, and so people have continued to support and follow. But I honestly feel like if that is your focus, you really can't go wrong. If you're posting things that make you happy, things that allow you to build a space even for yourself, that's where it starts. And then hopefully other people enjoy it and get something out of it too. And if they do, you do form a little sense of community where like you can count on somebody to say something that'll make your day a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that a lot of our content is about like getting to know other people. Like we started out the year with squad goals, and that just really speaks to us because we have like this whole community of Instagrammers, it girls, readers, people who really like our content. And like Danae said, we don't really post things to get likes. We post things because we like them. We think it'll inspire other people. And I just love that, how we can attract other people and have them say, like, hey, this was really cool. But then we can also go out on like Twitter, Instagram, and be like, wow, this graphic or this quote that you put out is really amazing. And thank you. I really needed it to kind of uplift my morning or my day. And we just love that. I mean, social media is like a huge part of these connections that we've created.
Yeah, and I also feel like when you lose that, when you're not doing it for yourself and you're more concerned on other people giving you likes or attention, that's where I feel like the brand kind of gets watered down some. And I mean, it's definitely a two-way street. You can't expect to just put things out there and to not also be that sense of community for someone else. For other brands that you like, other women, you have to support and follow and comment and reach out to them and just be available, make yourself available, just like any relationship.
One thing I was thinking about too that I want to say, because I think a lot of people too may be a little nervous to reach out to someone. Like I love what this person does, but what if they think I'm stupid? Like, what should I even say? How do I even reach out? On Thursday's when I launched the podcast. So Thursday night, I received a message from someone who had started following me recently with the podcast, and she'd been commenting back on some of my photos. But she sent me this like awesome message. So it's a direct message on Instagram, just talking about how the podcast, she was so glad, like whatever story was shared on the podcast, she could relate, and she thought she was the only one, and blah, blah, blah. And at the end, she goes, I'm so sorry if this is so weird, me reaching out like this. And I was so grateful that she reached out like that, because it's another new friend, like another new connection, So I feel like sometimes it's really it makes you nervous to put yourself out there like that, but do it. Do it, because 9 times out of 10, I feel like the person who, you put yourself out there to, they're going to respond. They're going to be grateful that you did reach out and try to connect.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the time, like having a brand or a presence online, like I said, like we do this more so for ourselves, and we just love that other people also get it. So when you don't have that feedback, I mean, you just continue to post, but like it's really nice getting feedback from people. So they definitely shouldn't be like, concerned or feel like nervous about it. I understand though, definitely being on both sides of, like loving content that someone else is posting and then posting content and receiving feedback myself. Are you wrapping up on that tassel over there?
I am. I'm folding my last one.
Okay, cool. So we have this lovely turquoise color. We're going to get ready and get started in just a second.
But you guys can go ahead and get started on it. Sorry, I've slowed down here with this one.
No, take your time. Take your time. No rush. I guess now I could probably talk about, okay, so this is the one that I've already created. This is like the little sample one. And you see I didn't tie the ends of my string here. I don't know if you guys can get that. So you can slide it off and kind of change them out as you see fit. You could also just cut the string if that's what you wanted. This is going to hold up pretty well. Doesn't have any glue. I made these last weekend, and they look exactly like the ones I just finished making.
Definitely.
So you can store these however you want. If it comes to like cleaning, you just want to shake it out, get the dust off of them. If they do, for whatever reason, get a little dusty. And so you can definitely swap them in and out. You can mix your colors, your themes for different holidays, things like that.
That looks so good.
All right, so let's get started on our next paper here. Just fold it in half, and again. And again, just keeping the bottom part open, and the top is where your folds are.
You get faster at it the more you do.
For sure,
Oh, okay,
which is good. All right, so here's my paper, bottom open, top folded. I'm gonna continue to stress that because I've messed up and it was really
When you
bad.
stop thinking about it, that's
exactly.
when you're gonna cut the wrong side.
All right, let's lower this a little bit so you guys can see. So I'm gonna try and do some wider cuts. Taking a little cue from Lauren over there.
I have a question. So
What's up?
outside of the community, that you create and build, what are other areas or places, blogs, books, whatever, where you turn to for inspiration? And that kind of picks me up,
Yeah, I think that's really important. So I just started Big Magic because you have recommended it so strongly. And yesterday I was in a little bit of a rut. So I ordered it with Amazon Now, which, if I can just take a second, it is the greatest thing ever. Like, Amazon Now, this is a little ad for them, I guess.
Unpicked.
Yeah, they're sponsoring this silently. Okay, so Amazon Now is basically this thing where it's 2-hour delivery. Like, you place your order, you get home from work, and it is sitting there. Guys, I got ice cream and a book delivered to my house yesterday.
That is life. Life is now made.
Yeah, and it was like a real person came, knocked on my door, and handed me a bag.
What?
Like, I'm so serious.
We're living in the future.
It was the coolest thing ever. Ever.
Like,
So,
the ice cream was cold, ready for you to eat.
let me tell you, the ice cream was frozen. Solid. Like, I had to let it sit out some before I could eat it.
Oh my gosh.
I was so impressed. Like, colder than the grocery store.
Is that a part of Amazon Prime? Like, I've never even heard of Amazon Now.
So it depends on like where you live, which cities they make it available for. So we just got it here in Raleigh recently, and so I ordered from it, and I was so excited. So I only ordered the ice cream because I had to hit the $20 minimum. But then there was a promo code for $10 off. So happy. So anyway, it came yesterday, and it's 2-hour shipping free with Amazon Prime, or 1 hour for an additional $7.
Wow.
And they have like groceries, they have books, all kinds of stuff. So I got Big Magic, and I started it this morning. That's one place where I've been looking for inspiration. I try and find books that I think I'll be interested in. Girl Boss is one that I cannot recommend enough.
I've not read that one.
Oh my gosh, please add it to your list. You will fall in love with that book. Like, it's so conversational, and it doesn't feel judgy at all. It just feels like, girl, I have been there. I had terrible credit, and look at me now. Like, all kinds of stuff. all different issues.
Yeah, she went through a lot.
Oh my God, so much. So that book, I think it was really helpful, and I still go back to that one. I like to read other kinds of books, like Mindy Kaling's book. I found that to be really inspiring, both of them, actually.
Whose book?
Mindy Kaling.
Oh, okay.
I love her. She's an Indian American actress. She was on The Office and then Mindy Project on Fox. And her book is really good. And then as far as like websites, blogs.
Oh, who is this?
Huh?
Sorry, it froze.
Okay. I was gonna say we lost you. That color is amazing.
I keep wanting to take a picture because I'm like, I feel like I have the coolest pigtails ever.
Please do it. I love that color. It looks so good. Super bright. Where else do I go? Oh, Financial Diet by Chelsea Fagan. I hope I said her last name right.
That's right.
She is the greatest. I love her writing style, and I love that blog that she has. It's perfect for anyone who's looking to just like save money or ways to cut back but still feel like you have like, you know, a more luxurious lifestyle, I guess. Also, it talks about something that I think is really important and things that we don't always mention, about how social media sometimes can make you feel like you're not living as luxurious as the rest of your friends or the people you follow. And I feel like they really do a good job with addressing that, because it's something that can sometimes take a toll on you and you don't even realize it. So I love that blog. I think that's mostly it. What about you?
Books are definitely my go-to. I was that like elementary school child that I was a total nerd, like so loud and proud, but I would take books to restaurants and read them in the booth with my family while they talked. I would take them to baseball games and read it and ignore the rest of the kids when my brother was like playing baseball. I was that kid. So I love reading, and I underline all the quotes and inspirational books, but that is like soothes my soul. And then I have a few like Instagram accounts or blogs where if I'm just feeling meh, you know, it's just one of those days, I just go to like lift me up. And they're not even necessarily inspirational. A lot of them are more lifestyle, but I just like kind of stepping away from everything else and getting lost in like these colorful worlds. One of my favorites is Natalie Creates, and she's like super crafty, which I am not, so maybe I find that inspirational, like getting to see all the cool stuff she does. And they live on a farm, which, so in that regard, I'm totally living vicariously through her because I have always wanted to live on a farm. But her blog is one of those, like her Instagram, where if I just need to pick me up in the middle of the day, I just go look at it because her pictures are always just fun and like little nooks in her house that just make me feel good and cozy and warm inside. And podcasts, oh my gosh. I'm not saying that because I launched a podcast. That's probably why I launched a podcast. I love podcasts. Some of my go-tos are The Lively Show. It is, I would give up dessert, which is saying a lot, to listen to The Lively Show. It's like my dessert, like in my ears. It's so good. And then I have, like, the others aren't really necessarily inspirational podcasts that I listen to, but The Lively Show is definitely one that I go to. It's like a pick-me-up. She interviewed Elizabeth Gilbert, who wrote Big Magic. Fabulous podcast. You should listen to it. And Brene Brown is coming on her podcast in the near future as well, if you love Brene Brown.
I just started that one because I think you mentioned that podcast the last time we Skyped.
Yeah.
So I started it the other day, right after I finished listening to your podcast, of course.
Nice.
Which I love. And then another podcast that I really like, I'm a little hesitant to mention this one because they haven't posted anything new in like so long. But Prologue Profiles is one of my favorites. So basically, it's this guy. His name is Dan Felder, I believe, and he just interviews random millennials or like Generation Y people who are doing like their insane different career passions. So it could be something that you wouldn't even think would be a career. Like there's this one girl who does nail art. Like she just does manicures like on herself and sometimes for like fashion shows and stuff. And she does it to like fit whatever the theme for the fashion show is. It's like amazing.
Wow.
There's people like different fashion designers who like it was this one guy, he started making clothes and he would get like bullied in high school, but he didn't care. He just continued to do it. He would make his own clothes. And then he ended up making these leggings that were like super popular. And all of the people that would see them would be like, oh my God, I want a pair of those leggings. Next thing you know, he saw a picture in a magazine. He was in the grocery store of Lady Gaga in his leggings. And he was just like, how did she even get them? Like, how did she get them? Those are mine. And so that like launched his career, and now he designs dresses for like Beyonce and everyone. But like it's these super cool people who like have these amazing stories, and all of them have in common that like if I can do it, so can you kind of thing.
Yeah. That is so cool. And what was it called again?
Prologue Profiles.
Prologue Profiles. Okay, I gotta check that out. Because even if they haven't posted in a while, I assume there are like a ton of episodes up there, like older episodes, right?
There's about 100.
Oh my God.
So it's definitely a lot to get you started. And I want to say they range from like 20 to 40 minutes.
Uh-huh.
But I love them. All right, this is my last one. I think we might save that green for another time.
We have a lot to work with.
We've got a lot to string here. But you could also, you don't have to do all 4. That's another thing. You could just do like a couple from each one. You know, whatever your heart desires at the moment. All right. So let's go ahead and loop this. My dog is getting a little restless. Dying for just some attention. And he's the kind of dog you can't just like put in a room. He'll start barking and whining and being like so annoying. So
Really?
yeah, he's out with us now. Just guess everyone can say hi to Ziggy.
Say hey, Ziggy.
Zig.
Hi, Ziggy. Oh,
Ziggy.
Ziggy.
He's not interested. He's like, Ziggy, say hi. Be nice.
No, there he goes.
Well, that was that.
Oh, you took the paper with him.
And he has some paper. All right, so we need to get our string together. I'm actually just going to unstring this one that I've already done.
Okay.
Watch all the tassels fall.
Does it matter? Do you have like a length for how long it should be?
It's however long you want it. So you would kind of just look at the space that you want to hang it in.
Uh-huh.
And how much you would need for that. So I'm going to make this one probably
arm's length.
Yeah, arm's length.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it half of the length that I've already cut it. So I'm just going to snip it. All right. So now you're just going to string all of your pieces. So we have a lot going on here because I just undid that other one. Okay, so you just want to pick whatever pattern you want to follow if that's your thing. If you don't want a pattern, then you totally don't have to do that. And at this stage, I would usually grab a lighter and just kind of get the end here. So I'm actually going to go and find my lighter. I think it's on the table. Okay.
We have so many to choose from. I don't even know what pattern we're going to go for.
Yeah.
Blue, pink, yellow, red.
I like that. Okay, here's the lighter. Here's my twine. This is a little bit of a process. You just want to be safe. Make sure your paper doesn't catch on fire because that would be really bad.
Safety first.
Exactly. So I just kind of get it, and then you can see it'll catch on fire for a second, but it usually goes out. You can also just kind of tap it. You only need to do this with string that's like twine. If you have something that's like maybe yarn or like a ribbon, you would be okay. You just don't want it to fray too much.
Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking happy seeing this right now.
It's amazing. So this is
all
the
the colors.
Yay! All right, what pattern are we going with?
You want to just start with yellow? I don't know what looks good next to each other.
I'm kind of liking. Yeah, that looks good.
Like this?
Yeah.
How's this look?
What do you guys think?
Oh, that looks cute.
Okay.
All right, let's do that.
All right. So let's start with
Oh my gosh.
yellow.
Do you see this? Oh my gosh, look, she already
Oh my God, you go so fast. My
I started while you were getting the lighter and everything because I'm just using a ribbon.
My God.
This, do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of one of the hula skirts.
Yes, I love it.
Like a quickie Halloween costume.
That looks amazing. All right. So
What's the best way to like connect this to the wall?
I would say you could almost just tape over your string. Just
Yeah.
one. That could work. You could, if you have like a picture hanging kit, you could just wrap it around like the ends.
Right.
You could, depending on your string, use like a thumbtack or something and just go straight through to the wall.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah. I would say if you're a renter, maybe you want to do the tape. Just make sure it's like Scotch tape. You don't want to use anything that would rip. Yeah, you don't want to use duct tape or box tape. All right.
Okay, I'm just starting to forget the pattern.
Yeah,
I got it.
Okay. Yellow. In some of these holes, I made a little small, so my string is starting to fray. I like the look of twine though, but it's probably a lot easier if you use ribbon. We're good.
Do you need the scissors?
Yeah. So if you need to open it a little bit, you can just kind of push your fingers in there, make it a little bit larger like that.
Oh, okay. That works.
And then just stick it on through. Yay!
I am so excited.
It looks so good.
That's a really
I love
good
that
color combination.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I already had this tissue paper. I don't know where I got it, but I got this huge rainbow pack of colors that had like every color under the sun.
Yeah, this is definitely a good craft. I mean, if you have like a party or something and you have leftover tissue paper, you can use that. I feel like I always have tissue paper around.
Yeah, me too. That is the thing. Like, this is so fun for any party. Like, if you threw a New Year's Eve party, you could do glitter paper, kind of like the glittery blue you have, you know, like different glitter colors. And Valentine's Day, you could do pink and red, all the colors.
Yes, and yeah, that's a good point. You could use paper from like a present.
Yeah, if you want to party on New Year's, then save the paper from Christmas and then just use it to make all these garlands.
I love that idea because you're recycling the paper.
Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, we got it.
Yay!
They're so pretty.
All right, I do have one thing that I wanted to mention. I'm going to go grab that glitter paper you were talking about really quickly.
Sweet. So you're gonna make more, Lauren? Now
I am totally going to make more. I'm like, I just need someone to have a birthday party now, so I have an excuse to make.
Right.
So I got this paper from Dollar Tree. It's super festive.
Oh my gosh.
And it's the same size as regular tissue paper, which is good. So you don't have to worry about your tassels hanging a different length. The only thing is, it doesn't hold its crease. So you would definitely need to use hot glue. Just keep in mind, you guys can use whatever papers you want, get festive, all kinds of different ones. I have this paper as well that I'm planning to use for like another one. But for these, you would need to have hot glue to secure it because once you roll it, I'll just do a quick roll here. It's not gonna hold anyway. Once you do this part, it doesn't stay at all.
So you would have to just hot glue it together to make your loop?
Yes.
Okay.
You just want to hot glue it at the fold. You'd want to hot glue kind of right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you start twisting,
yeah,
just one little dot of hot glue right in the crease.
Oh my gosh, it looks so sparkly and pretty though.
Super sparkly.
Yeah, and it's like double-sided too.
Yeah.
So you get a different color.
Silver and blue.
Oh, it's so pretty.
All right, I want to take a screenshot of the tassels.
Yes.
Okay. Of us like holding them, or
Yeah, if you want to put yours up too, can you maybe
Yes.
hold this? And I'm gonna try and get a screenshot. All right, ready? Let's see if I can make this bigger first. Hang on.
oh my god, it's small.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Yay! So cute.
That was awesome.
I am so excited. Thank you so much.
No problem. This was so fun. I feel like we need to do this all the time, just crafting parties.
Yes, seriously, a fun girls' night.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. Bye everyone. Thank you for watching, hanging out with us.